Hey, folks. I wanted to talk real quickly about the Crosman 2240. For many of us, it was one of our first introductions to air gunning. The 2240 or the 1322, the multi-pump rifle. For a lot of us, that was our first introduction to air gunning, um, as far as pistols are concerned. And man, it's bringing all kind of memories for me. Um, I wasn't even going to tell this, but I remember my first introduction to it. I bought a 1322, and I was pumping it, and it pinched my hand. This is after shooting it a first time, and it was pretty difficult to pump. Um, so I traded it to my friend, and I can't remember what I got from it for it in trade, but he was just um, really complimentary of it. He loved it. He said it's great for ratting. He's living um, in an area, a more rural area, where that was a little bit of a problem. And I never thought about it. And then so, years go by. And then I bought a 2240. And I thought, how is this so familiar? I swear I've had this before, but I knew I hadn't, right? And then it occurred to me, oh, I had that pump up rifle way back when it pinched my hand. It was so difficult to pump, I just didn't like it, to get it up to the 10th pump or a little bit above that. I know it sounds like weak sister stuff, right? But like, what? How could it be too hard to pump? But anyway, I do remember it pinching my hand pretty good, and there are solutions for that and everything. But let's go back to the 2240. That's what I'm talking about, is how evocative the Crosman 2240 is. So for a lot of us, it started our beginning into air gunning, and um, you get a 2240 and you say, I might like a little more power, and you read about it and you see people tuning them up and getting uh, better power springs and bigger transfer ports and longer barrels and hollow bolt probes and lighter trigger sears and trigger shoes, and like, my God, this thing, it's amazing what you can do to it. It's like the AR-15 of air guns. Not in power, but like just like how many different variations there are, and how you can make it your own, right? You can make a completely unique pistol just by adding parts, doing different cosmetic things. And so that's what I did. I got into it, and so I say, hey, you know what? This isn't that difficult. And then as I learned more and more, like I converted to one of my pistols into a safe pack, and which was my first introduction to PCP air rifles. So, wow, now I've made my own PCP. I'm an air gunsmith. That's kind of what I thought at first. A little bit arrogant, but like, hey man, I can work on guns. I can make my own guns, right? That's pretty freaking cool. Then I bought my first one. And so where I'm going with this is like they're out of stock everywhere. They have been out of stock everywhere for a long time. And as you may or may not know, Crosman sold to a different company, and now the pistols are being manufactured in China, but they aren't really taking care of us very well. And they aren't supporting the tuners market. And what I mean by that is like barrels have been pretty much non-existent. Fruit fly flying by. Anyway, barrels have been pretty much non-existent for all year long, and I've been looking for them. Not that I want one. I'm just curious. And I did see on eBay very recently that they have some barrels, but they don't have them at Crossman. They don't have them at Buckrail. They don't have them at, anywhere. Just this seller on eBay's got them, and those will disappear quick, and may not be available ever again. Um, why should Crossman just do anything outside the norm? They send it to these plant factories in China, and the barrel is 7 inches, 7.5 inches, and that's what they're going to make. They're going to make 7.5 inch barrels. They don't care about the tuners market. Um, so anyway, it's a little disappointing what Crossman did to us. So, I don't have any loyalty to the company anymore. I love my old Crossman stuff, and I'm nostalgic. but buy Crosman pellets just because they say Crosman and you used to love them because they were cheap and pretty high quality. Not really, you know. It's like I just don't have any confidence the Chinese are going to take care of the world tuner market. Like, how many people got introduced to the 2240 because, or got introduced to PCPs and got to become real air gunners because of the 2240? You look back and there's everybody has a 2240 video. Walnut and Steel, Low Key Air Gunner, Johnny BB Gunner, Backyard Dispatch, name them, go on and on. They all started, maybe it wasn't their first, but they got some pretty extensive stuff on the 2240. And nobody says anything bad. These things are so good for $100 or less. Like, that's what they're going to go for when they bring them back. But they were like $80, $79 for a pistol that you're going to be able to turn into your, over to your grandkids. It's going to outlive you if it's well taken care of. So I'm going to flip the camera around really quickly, and we're going to look at one of my 2240s. Let's shrink the camera a little bit. So this is the one we're calling my bling build, right? So literally everything on it's been replaced. It's got a brass breech and a polished barrel instead of a blued barrel, and it's got some blingy stuff. This is called a muzzle flip. Everything's all brass on it. It's also got a trigger shoe made of brass. A trigger shoe is something that fits on your trigger like a shoe, and it gives you a bigger finger placement. See how wide that is? And then walnut grips. And I would wager that I spent probably $400. A lot of people will be shocked by that, but probably most of the firearm dudes are gone by now, listening to me ramble. But it wasn't painful. Each little piece, you buy a couple here and there, you build it up. Ooh, that's nice. And then you add some more and some more and some more and some more. Then it gets expensive, but it was a labor of love. I built it, and it was fun. I was learning. And there was even the anticipation of, ooh, I got something coming in the mail, And so that's my little 2240. So when they do come back in stock, Pyramid Air doesn't have them. Nobody's got them, right? Nobody's got any 2240 or 2240 variations in stock. But they're due to come back. I think it was estimated shipping date or arrival date of 10/25. 10/25/25. So the end of October. Yeah, end of October. And I bet you they don't make a big lot of them. I bet you they're going to be gone quick. So is this thing now a collector's item? I mean, if you just had a regular 2240 and you buy it at $100, and then they quit making them, or they're just so rare to be made, I think the prices are just going to go up. And just for those who care, this is a 1322. This is the pistol that I talked about that I got originally, and I ended up trading because I didn't like how hard it was to pump. And it's also got a bunch of upgrades, that's a carbon fiber tube on the top, basically a barrel shroud. This high-end wood furniture, which I really love. It quiets it down and gives it just a real sturdy feel. And but I like iron sights on this one, See if I'm coordinated to look down the barrel with the camera. So anyway, I like the iron sights on this one. I don't know, man. I'm disappointed in Crosman. They sold out. Lost us a bunch of American jobs. I have no problem with Chinese people or China or anything like that. It's really the problem is with Crosman. The problem I have with China is I don't think they got a plan to take care of us. The aftermarket tuners. So anyway, thanks for listening, you guys. I know it's a long, rambling video, but I wanted to just talk about it. It bothers me. So, does it bother you? Tell me what you think.